Hey everybody, welcome to Love and Relo, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and we are live from London right now at the Smart, Safe, Sustainable Summit, sponsored by AltoVita. This is an amazing event. We've been doing this all day long. We were over at the Kew Gardens, which I'm told and I believe is probably the most beautiful venue in all of London, surrounded by lush greenery. It's fantastic. I see all these amazing mobility professionals. I see Patricia Tavares from Brazil. Oh, Vivian Carolina over there. I see Mark Dirksen over here. I see all these fabulous people, Vialto partners in the house. Brian Friedman's over there. We got a lot of great things going on. Get in the comments, hit that like button real quick. I want to know what your thoughts are. If you've got questions for anybody, we're going to pop some people in real quick and see what's going on. Hit that like button out there. Thanks, everybody. We got some. Come on in. How are you?
Hi. All good. You?
I'm phenomenal. What's your name and what company are you with?
Yes. Hi. I'm Richie Sarigumba from Philip Morris.
Nice. What are your impressions of the Safe, Smart, Sustainable Summit?
It's been an amazing day. So it's interesting to hear from so many people about what we can do in the mobility space to make all our activities safe, smart, and sustainable.
Yeah. Was there anything that stuck out to you that you're like, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna kind of meditate on that, maybe even and change something I do, or maybe my program or anything like that.
Yeah, I really liked our session with the former CEO of Visit
Greenland. Oh, he was so good, wasn't
amazing.
he? He's our keynote speaker tonight.
Oh, amazing.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, he's got something in store for us tonight.
The idea of restorative economics.
Yes.
It's something we have to integrate.
And I think he said also restorative, possibly tourism even.
Yes.
So that actually as tourists, we think of having a negative impact, right? Yeah. Tourism, and travel and aviation shame, I think he said, right? But we actually have an ability to actually restore some of the places that we visit.
Exactly.
And that was inspiring to me as someone this is only my second time in London. So, who flew here and everything to be here with you guys. So that was cool to me to learn. I also, what else I loved about that, now that you brought that up, Richie, it's a great point, is I love the fact that sustainability means something different depending on where in the world you are.
Definitely.
Right? And he brought up the fact that the most sustainable food you could eat in Greenland, where you can't grow vegetables, is whale, perhaps.
Yeah.
And the most effective way to travel,
surprising.
and the most efficient way to travel is aviation, is by plane.
Yeah.
Whereas in other parts of the world, maybe those aren't the most sustainable options, right?
And I think what we also fail to remember is that for some countries, sustainability equates to survivability.
Yes.
Like, I come from the Philippines, so we can't really be affording to throw our trash everywhere, because then it's just a recipe for natural disasters to be worse than they already are.
Yes, great point. Excellent point. And that reminds me, I got to shout out my wife, who's also a part Filipino. So shout out Olivia, I love you so much. And to the boys, Steven and Danny, who are home in the States, I love you so much. Thank you for letting me come out here and be crazy in London, learn about sustainability. I almost forgot. I got to shout you guys out. They're watching right now. So anyway, but this is such a lovely event. It's so great to have you here as well.
And, it's our first, my first face-to-face event in a long time.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's nice to have
Feels
some
good,
semblance.
doesn't it?
It does.
Feels good.
It does.
So wonderful to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much, Richie.
Take care.
Oh, we got Mark here. Mark Dirksen, come on in here.
Hi,
look at this. Your name and your company, for those who may not know you.
Yes, hello. My name is Mark Dirksen and I work at Katir.
Nice. So wonderful to finally meet you. I've been following you on LinkedIn. I hear amazing things about you. And here we get to meet one another in person. So this is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that's impressed you about the Safe, Smart, Sustainable Summit?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. It's a different setup that I'm used to, where we always talk about working from home the last 2 years. But now having the focus on sustainability is super interesting. The tour we had today in that hotel was amazing. So
Tell me about the hotel. Tell people about the hotel, because I actually didn't get a chance to go. So tell everybody else about the hotel tour.
Yeah, so actually I was saying already wrong. Hotel, they call it Hometel. It's a second home, which is amazing. It's an hotel where they have, for example, 16 pipes in the hotel directly going into the earth, taking up the heat from the earth in the hotel.
So there's geothermal heating in the hotel.
Exactly. And when it's winter, they get the heat from it, and when it's summer, they put the heat back.
Wow.
And the whole the carpet is made out of fishing nets they get from the sea. The electricity is being
Now, does that drive up the cost, or does it help defray the cost? Because it seems like going out looking for fishing nets
yes.
to make carpet out of seems an expensive endeavor. I can't even catch a fish, much less a carpet worth of fishing line.
It is. Well, it's I think the cost, like the pipes, the fishing net,
Yeah.
it's a huge investment at first. But as you can imagine, fishing nets they are sustainable. They're here to stay. So they earn us back. The high energy costs we're all suffering from right now, they don't. They have the investment already done.
I love it.
So it's a great idea.
Yeah, and I heard it was the first. Oh, we have so many people tuning in. Hit that like button right now. I do appreciate you. Get in the comments. I want to know what questions you have or what your thoughts are out there. We're going to give some shout outs here. I heard that hotel was actually the first net zero sustainable property or hotel in the world.
Yeah.
And you got a chance to tour. That's so awesome. We got people tuning in from all over the world. What country have you come from?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. So we got the Netherlands here. We had a representative from the Philippines here. We got Jana Shazanowski from Brazil in the house. What's up, Jana? We've got Henri Dossois from France in the house. This is fantastic. This is great. Learning a lot already. Erica Burt in the U.S. is in the house. What up, Columbus? Look at y'all out there. Hit that like button. Dino. Great stuff. Hey, thank you so much, Dino. I appreciate you so much. Look at this. Henri, sustainability is a global effort that reaches the greatest success when translated into local actions. That is interesting. Mark, let me ask you, as a kind of a practitioner and a buyer of global mobility and travel services, is there anything you picked up from this summit that might make you change the way that you buy or administer mobility?
Yes, absolutely. I think if you look at global mobility, and I moved so many people during my career, and we put the container in front of the house, you put everything in it, and it goes away, right? Right. Do we really need to take that 15-year-old bike in it and take it to the other side of the country? Yeah. Or can we donate it here? Maybe another bike on the country and supporting the home there. So there is so much to do from mobility.
Yeah, that was a really great point. And somebody brought that up on one of the panels, I remember. Now, as a household goods person who was, they're talking about what is the need for storage, and when the stuff is stored and they come from their secondment and they get it, and after 5 years, they're like, I don't even want this stuff, and they scrap it. I worry if we stop offering household goods moving as a benefit, it will encourage people throwing stuff away at origin. So it's you're right. We have to be thoughtful about, all right, what is our pathway to donation and to repurposement, because it will end up in a landfill.
Yep. And so a lot of companies in mobility, they have rotation programs. Shouldn't we be more wiser than that? If we move families back and forth, we can also maybe leave the household goods, stop it. Yeah. There are different possibilities.
Well, I heard from Carolina Savoyova, one of the co-founders of AltoVita, the COO. She said today, and it caught me, I was like, she said, I don't own a piece of furniture.
Yeah, I heard that as well. That is mind-blowing.
Isn't it mind-blowing
yes.
that the COO of the company doesn't own a piece of furniture? I'm like, is this the new normal? I mean, it's very interesting. These are some of the ideas that have been coming about during the summit. Mark, it's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Man.
I can't wait to have a cocktail with you later.
We do that.
I'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we got somebody else coming in here. How are you doing? Come on up. Step on up to the microphone. Your name and your company, please.
I'm Cheryl Barrett, and I'm from Cardiff.
Hi, Cheryl from Cardiff. How are you? And what country are you from, Cheryl?
I'm from the UK.
The UK in the house. Sorry, we had the Netherlands before. We got the Philippines. Cheryl, I want to ask you, what is your impression of the Safe, Smart, Sustainable Summit?
Today has been amazing, really, truly just inspirational. There's been some amazing talks today, really just a lot of provoking thoughts, just amazing.
Is there anything that you heard today, or any conversation that you heard, that really maybe sparked something that says, I might change something about the way I administer mobility or think about mobility or counsel mobility?
So in my role, I'm in the supply chain team. Yeah. And so one of the things that we were talking about...
Which supplier vertical do you work on? Is it corporate housing?
Corporate housing, DSP, and household goods.
Oh, wow.
So I cover all
of the
markets.
So you touch a lot.
I do.
All the big carbon footprints.
Exactly. So I think that the biggest thing I took away today was how our suppliers are also being sustainable. Yes. So that's one of the things I'm going to then take away and start asking the question on.
How do we, somebody mentioned to me, I was having a conversation, they said, it's hard to retrofit your supply chain. It's hard to, you have all these units, it's hard to retrofit and be sustainable, you know. How do we as an industry go from this enormous infrastructure that we've built out that's been serving our population pretty well, let's be honest, and now we inject the sustainability initiatives and imperatives into it? How do we take a, maybe is it more of a crawl, walk, run approach? How do we get there, and how long is this going to take?
I think it's going to be a long road, if I'm honest. I think that we can start to have the conversations, but it's definitely going to be a crawl, especially for like household goods companies.
Oh gosh.
I mean, they're like way behind as far
Yeah.
as sustainability is concerned. I mean, they're doing their thing, like, you know, recyclable boxes and those kinds of things, but there's definitely more they could be doing. Electric vehicles.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to ask you. So I used to work for a household goods company.
Oh,
So
okay.
now I'm going to puff out my chest a little bit and say, well, now hold on a minute. Because you're right. They're doing their thing. They've been in business over 100 years. They use a lot of cardboard. They use a lot of paper. We try to recycle. We don't know where it all goes. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, that's true.
What is the business's appetite for increased costs that may come along with becoming more sustainable? Because this requires extra effort. It requires new processes. It requires new sources. It might require buying all new plastic crates and totes and things that we can reuse instead of disposable, 1 pound cardboard boxes. So what is the business? You deal with clients all the time. You manage some of the largest programs in the world.
Yeah.
What is the business's appetite?
I think they want to do it. I think the reality is it's just not going to be done quickly. It's going to be a long road. But I definitely think they're aiming, and they all got it in their sights. So we'll have to see how it plans out.
Well, I think that's the first step, right? Is
Yeah.
having the desire,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And the vision. And I think places like this have been really great about bringing visionaries together and kind of calibrating a vision collectively. And I'm so glad I got a chance to meet you.
Me too.
Thank you
So
so
nice to
much.
meet
Thanks
you.
for stopping by.
Thank you.
Can't wait to have a cocktail with you later.
Thank you.
So you've heard a little bit about some of the sustainability initiatives that have been proposed, some of the things that are going on. Caroline Boyle over there is my my trusty assistant here. Oh, Patricia, come here. Oh my gosh, my good friend Patricia Tavares here, all the way from where, Patricia?
From Brazil.
Brazil is in the house. We love it. Big shout out. We got Jana in the comments here too. Brazil is here.
Hi, Jana.
We are here. It's so good to see you in person.
It's good to see you.
I've been, but Patricia and I have developed this digital relationship over the last couple of years,
That's true.
And I consider you such a close friend. And this is the first time we've actually met in person.
So, do we deserve a hug?
Yes, let's hug it out. Let's hug it out. This is so wonderful. I want to talk about that for a sec because we talked a lot about sustainability.
Okay.
But what is this like for you? Because you have this huge presence with Brazil Talks, with Latam Talks, and in South America and beyond. What has it been like for you? Because I'm sure you're having a lot of moments like this, just like I am, right? And now meeting these people for the first time in person, what's that like?
I have to say it was simply amazing, amazing. There's no other word to describe it because, like you said, we've been in close contact, but always virtual. So we never got to see each other, to touch each other, to hug each other. And for me, at least, being a Latin, it makes an enormous difference. Seeing Brian Friedman after, I don't know, 4 or 5 years without seeing him, meeting Vivi and Carolina for the first time also. I've never seen them personally also, Jess, virtual also. And they're my sponsors on Latam Talks.
Yes.
Right? So an amazing experience. I am just really happy to be here.
Hit that like button. Send some love out here to London, to Patricia, to everyone out here. Get in the comments. We got some people giving you, look, people are showing up, giving you shout outs. Melissa Sudano. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Melissa.
Look at this. Janaina. Hey, fabulous Patricia. Henri as well.
Hi, Henry.
Look at this. This is this fun. Shout out to Danny Herskowitz in New Jersey in the house. Now we're going to tie this back into sustainability because Patricia was a last minute fill-in on my panel today with a superstar. She could just come like that and do a panel on sustainability. Thank you so much for bailing me out today. I appreciate it so much.
I was there.
We had a wonderful discussion, but I'm going to ask you, it's kind of a question we talked about. We love being together. There's something hard to articulate about the value of being in person, but when you're there, you see it, you feel it, you know it. I think we know it right now.
Yep, exactly.
And I haven't even had a cocktail yet. And I'm telling you, I know it. My question though is, how do we balance the amazingness and the dynamism of being in person together with sustainability?
So I think one of the things that people have been commenting a lot is travel, right? Because of the carbon footprint. I think one of the mottos of our summit here is being smart. So my opinion to Ben today on his panel was, you have to know when to be smart and how smart. So for me, coming to this event, yes, it generated a carbon footprint. Luckily, Lufthansa has an app that you go on and you put your trip on and they reduce the carbon footprint, right? But I would have come anyways because I think it's one of the smart moments that I had to be here. I had to see Ben, I had to see Carolina and Vivi, I had to be here, participate in this event, even because now I can go back to Latam and take everything that we saw here, right? So I think it's one of the smart decisions that I took of being here. So yes, it's not that sustainable, but at this other time, on the other point of view, it's extremely sustainable what I'm going to be able to take back.
Yeah, and it's an investment in the future of sustainability, right? I mean, it's like a monetary investment. You spend a little money to make a lot of money later. And I think that's the same way as this investment is as well. And I love the fact that our keynote speaker tonight, the former CEO of Visit Greenland, also pointed out that aviation carbon is only 2%.
I know, he said that.
Which made me feel a lot better having flown here, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
He pointed out the food that I waste is actually a third of the carbon footprint out there. So waste less food. Shout out to Move for Hunger and all the good people out there. We've got people checking in here. Gary Connerly, actually a Peruvian, here checking in. So happy for all of you. Viva el Peru!
Viva el Perú, por supuesto.
Oh, Gary, good to see you, Gary. Hey, Gary, I'm on for Minneapolis. Let's do it. All right, let's see. Melissa Sudano, agility, sustainability, peace, love, and reload.
Yay, I love that.
That's a t-shirt right there. Hey, we got photos over here. All right, awesome. Fantastic. This is so fun. We're about to get started. It's 1:45. Shout out again to my kids if you're watching. I love you so much. Stevie, Danny, Olivia, my wife. I think we should go in.
I think we should go in. Okay.
And maybe nick a glass of champagne on the way in, as they say. Let's do that. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. I appreciate you all so much. Hit that like button. Leave a comment in there. Tag somebody who needs to see this. I wish you all were here. Maybe next year. I can't wait to do it again. Patricia?
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you
for the opportunity.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Take
everybody.
care. We will see you next week. Bye, y'all.